Yo, what's going on, guys? It's AJ back with another video. Today, we're unboxing this huge set. We got the Lego Infinity Saga Thor's Hammer. It's set 76209, rated 18 plus, and it's got 979 pieces, which isn't the biggest set I have, but it's definitely gonna look the biggest because on this on the display stand that you can see on the box, it's got a little bit of a slant, but still, it stands at like 18.1 inches, I'm pretty sure. This is a huge set. It's a really tall set, and you can actually wield the hammer yourself. So I'm really excited for this thing. This is Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, aka Jonathan. If you get that reference. Got Lego logo, Marvel logo on the back of the box, and then with the hammer. Bottom, we get a real picture of the hammer. We get a look at the inside of the hammer, which we'll get to in the review. And then we get a look at our minifigure that comes in the set. On the sides, we got a bunch of different things, just the logos, some legalese, and I think that's it for the box. Let's get into this thing and start building. Box open, let's see the contents of this thing. That's a lot of bags. For a set that's less than 1,000 pieces, this is a lot of bags. All right, let's check this out. Bag 1, bag 4. We got just some base plates and stuff, so this is probably for the stand. Put that over there. Another bag 4. More Technic rods. I haven't got a set like this where it just has unnumbered bags. Bag 5. Wow, that's a lot of bags. Bag 2. Bag 3. Or actually, we can put it here. Another bag 3. Bag 2. And bag 1. Then we got our instruction manual here. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. It's good that it comes in a nice little plastic case because, I mean, we don't want the book getting scratched, especially looking black. Here, look at the book. It is a nice, slick black design with the box art on it. And with these things, I know there's always that first page like we saw in the Infinity Gauntlet video. Here is the first page. It's very detailed. We got pictures of the actual hammer. It's really nice. There's definitely some things to read. There's a quote here: "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." Quoted by Odin. Okay, so that's great. And then we get right into the build. This is gonna be my set. I'm so excited. Let's get into the time lapse. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. The Lego Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, Jonathan, whatever you want to call it. This thing is huge. I think that just goes without saying. This thing is huge. Let's go ahead and pick it up off the stand. Let's move this out of the way. We'll come back to that in a second. This thing is huge. This thing is really, really big. I'm pretty sure this might be a 1-to-1 scale. I may be wrong about that. But I have a feeling this is a 1-to-1 scale of the actual hammer. I mean, look, it fits in my one hand, two hand even. Like, this thing is humongous, and it's swooshable. If that's what you wanted to buy this set and do with it, when I act like Thor, raise it up in the air, I don't know what you want to do with it. But this thing is able to move. You're able to use it as a prop. This thing looks so nice. It feels nice. It's got a good amount of weight to it. It's a really fun set to build too. Which brings us into our first, I guess you could call it a negative. This is just for the build experience. This whole handle hilt piece, it was so repetitive. I'm not one to get mad about repetitiveness in like Lego sets, but like, I bet you could go back and rewatch the time lapse. There's one point like right at the beginning where I build the same structure 12 times, put it together, put Technic on it, and then do all these different individual slopes on each side. It took forever. And yeah, it's a good experience at the end, and it looks real nice, but it really did take forever. And I mean, I might pop up a picture on screen of what like the inside looks like, because it's really intricate, and that's why you're able to pick it up and it's not gonna break, you know, because of all the Technic and all that stuff. It looks really good. It's a really strong build, but if you really don't like repetitive sets, I don't recommend this set. If we come up to the back right here, we got a little like nice build at the bottom here. It's actually one of the first things you build in the set. And we got a little strap right here. And here comes to our second negative. I really wish you could like use the strap, because the thing with the strap, if we go ahead and pick it up, it pops right off. It doesn't stay. You're not gonna be able to hold the set by the hammer. You're not gonna be able to put it on like a belt. And that's kind of sad. I wish they were able to engineer that to where it would be strong, but I honestly don't think there would be any way in the first place either. So I mean, that's the best they could. It still looks really good, but I just wish they had that. But otherwise, it's definitely a very strong build, as I said before. If we come up to the hammer piece right here, up here in the front, I think this is one thing that could have made the set a little bit better. I mean, you are spending $100 on this set. If they added a printed piece or a sticker, because on the actual hammer, there is a symbol right in the middle here. I don't know what it's called, but there's like, it's an Asgardian symbol, and it's on both sides of the face. And like, it would look so cool to have that on the hammer, because you even see it in the instruction book. And in that front page, it literally shows you a picture of that symbol on the hammer. And we didn't get that. So that's kind of upsetting, but it's still fine. Here comes a cool thing about this set, at least in my opinion. This set, from far away, you probably wouldn't be able to tell it's a Lego. I mean, look at this thing. While I'm holding it, it's mostly tile, if you haven't already realized that. All the hilt is tile, the bottom is tile. The only places you see studs on sets are right here at the bottom, and at the top, you have these two studs and the circle in the middle. But that's the only studs on the hammer. Like, that's crazy. You could definitely use this as an actual prop for a costume or something, because it literally looks like a prop. It looks like the Hasbro Marvel Legends hammer. It doesn't even look like a Lego at some points, but when you really get to look at it, you see all the individual pieces, and it was definitely a fun build because you got to see yourself putting it together. Again, with the repetitive build, these two like edge pieces cut off this way, these are the exact same build, and it gets really repetitive. If you're not a repetitive builder, if you hate doing repetitive builds, I definitely don't recommend this one for you. But I mean, in the end, I knew it was gonna be repetitive. In the end, it's worth it, because I mean, you get this amazing looking set. Just visually, it looks amazing. We come into another cool feature, which I really didn't think it needed to be in this set, but they gave it to us, and I'm not gonna complain. If we go ahead and grab this brick separator, which didn't come in the set, so yeah, you could use this with your fingers, but it's easier. We go ahead and open up this middle column here. There's an empty space, and inside that empty space, we have a particular piece right here, if I can get it out. It's a little hard to get it out if you actually put it in there. If you just loosely put it in there, it's fine. So if we move the hammer off this side, here we have Odin's Vault, I'm pretty sure it's called, and it's from the Thor Ragnarok movie. We see Hela go through it. And I mean, this is a really good piece. We didn't need it again, but we got it, and I'm not gonna complain. We have Tesseract here. We have the Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones, and ironically, the last video I did was of building the Infinity Gauntlet, so that's pretty cool. And then we have the Eternal Flame here, and it's just all on these different pedestals. It's really nice. I'm glad they included it in the set. And you can either if you don't really care for it, you can put it back in the hammer, or you could display it with your set. So as of right now, I'm just gonna put it back in my hammer. But when I put this in my room, I will be taking that out and displaying it. But yeah, see, it literally fits perfectly in there. It locks right in, and then you just seal it back up with both your tiles. I think, and then on the other side too. This side opens up, there's nothing on it. One side will be empty, but you could definitely put some like cash in there, or if you wanna hide your expensive minifigures. I don't know what you wanna do with that empty side. But yeah, that was Thor's hammer. I really enjoyed this part of the set. We can get into the second part of the set, which you probably saw a better look at in the B-roll shots. We have the base of Thor's hammer. So, I honestly am 50-50 on this base. In the front, you got the display plaque, the same one we got in the Infinity Gauntlet set. It says Mjolnir on it. And then we have our minifigure here. Let's bring you up and close for the minifigure. Okay, so bringing it up and close here. Here's the minifigure. It is a complete reused minifigure other than that torso print. Like, if you look at that torso print, it looks really nice. It's a really nice torso print. But everything else is reused. And then on top of that, we got these just plain black legs on this figure that comes in a very expensive set. So like, come on. We could have gotten better than that Lego, but I mean, that torso print definitely could make up for it. This man's got two faces. He has the long, not blonde hair, but it's like a dirty blonde. And then we have two faces on this guy. We have this like lightning eyes face, which looks so dope. I love that face, and that's the one I'm gonna keep on there. And if I go ahead and switch around the head for you guys, on the other side we kind of have this smirking face. I may have been watching too much Stranger Things, but does that not look like Jim Hopper to me? It may just be me. But then again, we also have the minifigure scale hammer and a soft goods red clay, and it looks really good. This figure is definitely a really good figure, but I feel like we could have definitely gotten a new leg print. Because, I mean, the plain black legs, that just seems a little lazy for me, Lego. But yeah, one last look at the minifigure, and then we'll go into the base. So now that we're back, we have the base here. And let's go ahead and get Thor out of the way here. This base, I feel like it could have been better. I don't know how. I feel like if they made the lightning more intricate, or like the sparks more intricate, I feel like it could have been a better base. I mean, it looks really good when the hammer's on it, but when it's off, it's just kind of a gray blob with translucent blue pieces on it. And I know it's supposed to be like sparks, but like, I mean, it doesn't really look that intriguing. I mean, you got a mound. I feel like there could have been more to it. I feel like there maybe could have been more intricate lightning pieces coming up maybe around the hammer even. Like, who knows what more you could have added. I think this is definitely a set. If you got like a light kit for it, it definitely would make the set look a lot cooler, because then you could have like the sparks, you know, making like the different types of flashes, and it's gonna look like, oh my god, this like hammer's alive, you know? And obviously I put my Thor figure right here. You can put it anywhere you want. You can put it in the hammer if you really wanted to, but it looks really nice. And so you may be wondering, how do you display this set anywhere? I mean, you probably don't really see it. You just see the gray mound or translucent blue pieces on it. Well, we go ahead and grab our hammer here. We find this circular piece at the top and this curved piece right at the end of the hammer. We line the curved piece up with these slopes right here, and then we line up the circle in between these two slopes right here. And so when you line it up correctly, you should get something that looks like that. There we go. That's the hammer on the stand. It looks really imposing. It's a really dynamic pose for it. And I mean, on your table, your shelf, wherever you're gonna put this, it looks really good. And I've been trying to get more display sets. This is a display set, and it's a display set. I mean, what else can I say? It's not a play set. It's not like the Razor Crest we got, you know, where it has all these different things with it. It's a display set, and you can really tell. It looks really nice from the outside. I think if you're a Marvel fan, especially if you're a Thor fan or Avengers fan, this is the hammer for you. This is the Lego set you need to get before or after watching Thor: Love and Thunder. Because, I mean, this hammer looks really good. And obviously, this is the unbroken one, not the one that Jane Foster wields in the new one. This is the unbroken one. It's the completely normal one from the first couple movies. And I mean, it still looks amazing. And as I said before, it looks like a Hasbro hammer. It doesn't look like a Lego hammer. And I think that's a positive with this set. It looks really good. It's a fun building experience, although repetitive, it's definitely really good. I think at the end of the day, I'll give it an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. If you're a Marvel fan, I think it's a definite pick up. And, I mean, there's not much else to say about it. That's going to be the end of this review. Subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.